Dear friends, as darkness settles and the world grows still, I invite you to join me in a moment of quiet reflection. Tonight, let us set aside the rush of our to-do lists, the weight of our worries, and simply turn our hearts toward gratitude. Imagine yourself lying awake in bed, the soft hum of the night around you. This is the sacred space where we offer our simplest, truest song, a song of thanks. Maybe you've known joy today, a smile from a stranger, a message from a loved one, or a cup of coffee that warmed more than just your hands. Perhaps you've carried burdens, unspoken fears, lingering doubts, tasks undone. Yet in the midst of it all, there is still a reason to lift our voices, the constant presence of something greater than ourselves. Even when our prayers feel clumsy or our words barely more than a whisper, gratitude can rise like incense, drawing us into deeper peace. So let us begin together. Breathe in slowly. Notice the gift of air filling your lungs and breathe out any tension you're holding. In this moment, we acknowledge our imperfections, the moments we rushed through blessings, the times we failed to notice grace, and still, here we are, invited to respond with thanksgiving. Thank you for the ordinary miracles we overlooked, the roof that sheltered us from the elements, the food that nourished our bodies, the laughter tucked between conversations. Thank you for the hidden victories. That tough phone call you survived, that difficult emotion you allowed yourself to feel, that small step you took toward healing. When we pause to name these gifts, our hearts expand and the night feels less heavy. Let me ask you, when was the last time you thanked someone or something that has never let you go? What if tonight you chose to thank the source of every sunrise, the steady hand that guides you through uncertainty? Picture your gratitude rising like a gentle melody, echoing in the silence around you. Even if words escape you, let your heart hum this tune. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this moment. As we sink deeper into this practice, remember that gratitude isn't reserved for perfect days. It thrives especially when life feels messy, when plans unravel, when fear whispers in our ears, when we can't see the next step. In those moments, offering a simple thank you is an act of trust. Trust that we're not alone, that every breath is held, that love and care surround us even in darkness. At first, it felt forced, but over time, she discovered that shifting her focus day by day transformed her perspective. She noticed small mercies, compassionate words from neighbors, unexpected moments of beauty in a sunset. Even when nothing else changed, her soul found rest. Tonight, let's invite that same transformation. As you close your eyes, name your own 3 gifts. They might be as simple as a safe place to sleep, the rhythm of rain against your window, or the heartbeat that carries life within you. Feel the warmth of gratitude settle over you, like a soft blanket, reminding you that you are held. And now, as our hearts grow quiet and grateful, we prepare to move deeper into the ways this posture of thanks shapes our story, strengthens our resilience, and opens our eyes to more of life's wonders. Join me in the next part where we explore how recognizing God's faithfulness in every circumstance equips us to face tomorrow with hope. As the first light of dawn creeps through your window, pause for a moment and remember the journey of the day that just passed. You may have greeted the morning with a hopeful heart, or perhaps you woke up weighed down by worries, still lingering from yesterday. Whatever your experience, know this truth. God's faithfulness does not waver with the rising and setting of the sun. In the laughter that bubbled up unexpectedly, maybe during a quick coffee break with a friend, or at the playful antics of a pet, you caught a glimpse of his kindness. And in the heavy moments, the tense phone call, the email that disappointed, the ache in your shoulders from yet another late night, you discovered his steadfast presence, quietly upholding you when you couldn't stand on your own. Take a breath right now and honor that simple gift. Remember how it felt to inhale deeply this morning, feeling your lungs expand, your chest rise. That breath was a gentle reminder that you are alive, that you are held. Then think back to the small victories tucked into your day. The courage it took to speak your truth in a difficult conversation, the restraint you exercised when impatience tempted you, the choice to rest instead of rushing. These moments may have passed without fanfare, but in each one, God's grace was at work, strengthening muscles you thought too weary, guiding footsteps you feared to take. Consider for a moment how often you miss those subtle signs of care. When you doubt your worth, He remains unchanging. When circumstances shift like sand beneath your feet, His strength is your solid ground. Ask yourself, where did you feel His protection today? Perhaps it was the way traffic miraculously parted just when you needed to be elsewhere, or the comforting text from a friend you hadn't even thought to message. Maybe it was the unexpected pause in a busy schedule, a moment of stillness that whispered, "You're not alone." I want to share a simple practice that's helped me see these daily mercies more clearly. Each evening, I jot down 2 things I might otherwise overlook. One joy, one burden that turned into a blessing. Yesterday, my joy was the sound of my daughter's laughter echoing through the kitchen. My burden was facing a tough decision at work, which in hindsight revealed my appetite. By naming these, I'm reminded that even our struggles carry seeds of hope when held in His hands. Now, as we prepare to delve deeper into the quiet ways God guides us, often without fanfare, always with purpose, carry this posture of recognition with you. Let your heart remain attentive to the whispers of love hidden in everyday details. Up next, we'll explore how these acknowledgements of faithfulness equip us to meet tomorrow with confidence and courage. As the psalm reminds us, make a joyful noise to the Lord. Come into His presence with singing. It's easy to think that praise belongs only to our brightest moments, when we feel buoyed by good news or swept up in celebration. But what if our gratitude stretched beyond the applause, reaching into the quieter corners of our lives? Imagine pausing in the middle of a hectic afternoon, closing your eyes for a breath, and softly humming that ancient invitation to bring praise not just when life sparkles, but when it stumbles. What if we allowed a simple thank you to rise in between tasks in the spaces where joy and sorrow meet? Think for a moment about the shields, both seen and unseen, that guarded you today. Perhaps it was the umbrella you forgot but still managed to stay dry under a neighbor's cover, or the sudden heads up from a friend before you stepped into a crowded street. Maybe it was the steady heartbeat that carried you through a challenging conversation, or the gentle pause in your schedule that whispered, "Rest here a little while." These are the moments God's protection shows up as everyday kindness, as gentle reminders that we are never truly alone. And what of those you love? Their laughter around the dinner table, the warmth of a shared memory, or even the shared silence when words fall short. Each of these is a gift: shelter over our heads, food on our plates, the luxury of stillness in a world that never stops moving. These are reasons to raise our voices in thanks. Consider tonight how many blessings you carry simply by waking in a safe place, by tasting your meal, by feeling the softness of a quiet evening. But let us not reserve our praise only for comfort. When challenges come, unexpected bills, painful conversations, days when the weight on our shoulders seems too heavy to bear, these trials too deserve our gratitude. Why? Because in refining metals, fire removes impurities and strengthens the core. In the same way, every hardship you faced has shaped your resilience, deepened your compassion, and drawn you closer to the source of unwavering love. Have you ever noticed how a difficult season can heighten your awareness of every small mercy that follows? Lord, we thank you for the Psalm's invitation to sing not only with our lips but with our lives, offering praise in ordinary moments and through extraordinary trials. May our hearts learn to rejoice in protection, tangible and hidden, and to celebrate loved ones, shelter, nourishment, laughter, and peaceful pauses. And even as we give thanks for challenges, help us embrace them as opportunities to grow in faith and dependence on you. As we carry this posture of expanded gratitude forward, let us prepare to explore how living with constant thanksgiving transforms our outlook, our relationships, and our ability to face tomorrow with courage. Join me in the next part as we discover practical ways to weave this thankful song into every step of our daily journey. Here in the stillness of our hearts, let us come before God with honesty, admitting the moments we let ingratitude slip in and allowed comparison or anxiety to steal our joy. Maybe today you found yourself scrolling through others' highlights, wondering why your own life felt so ordinary. Or perhaps you lay awake last night, wrestling with what ifs and not enoughs, your mind spinning faster than your heart could rest. In this sacred pause, confess those worries, speak aloud, the fears you've carried, the words of discontent you whispered in your own soul. Ask for forgiveness, trusting that the God who hears you is the same Father who delights to forgive and restore. Remember, the writer of James calls him the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. Every good gift you cherish, your laughter, your tears, your very breath, comes from his unchanging hand. When you feel caught in the whirlwind of what's next and am I enough, fix your gaze not on shifting circumstances, but on the one whose character never wavers. Pause and picture his steadfast love shining into the darkest corners of your heart, illuminating hope where doubt once reigned. I'll never forget the evening I was gripped by fear over an uncertain future. Job questions, family concerns, personal doubts pressing in like a storm. In that moment, I chose to whisper a simple prayer. Lord, I surrender this fear to you. I could almost feel a shift, like the tension in my chest loosened as I placed my worries into hands far stronger than mine. You see, surrender isn't a one-time event. It's a daily choice to lay down our anxieties at his feet, confident that he watches over us without slumber or sleep. So tonight, let us release both our spoken and silent fears. Offer to God the names you've given your anxieties. Not enough. What if I'm alone? And as you do, breathe in his promise that he is vigilant, compassionate, and entirely trustworthy. Feel the weight lift from your shoulders as you rest, not because tomorrow's path is clear, but because the one who leads you is unshakable. As we embrace this posture of confession and surrender, our hearts find a deeper peace, one that carries us beyond the uncertainties of life. In the next segment, we will explore how this resting in God's control transforms the way we face each new day, equipping us with courage and unwavering hope. Let us move forward together, anchored in his faithful promise. In the quiet stillness of this moment, rest in the truth that your keeper never sleeps nor slumbers. Imagine the gentle rhythm of a heartbeat that never falters, a presence that does not wane as the sun dips below the horizon. Even when your own eyelids grow heavy, God's vigilance remains unwavering, guarding the fragile pieces of your heart, the unspoken worries that linger in the corners of your mind, the deepest desires you hesitate to voice. In that promise lies a peace that truly surpasses all understanding, a calm so profound it settles over your soul like the first hush of night. Think back to a time when sorrow brushed against your joy, perhaps in the tears you wiped away as you watched a child grow, or in the ache you felt when a dream shifted shape. And yet, within that sorrow, have you ever sensed a surprising spark of joy? Maybe it was the warmth of a friend's hand, the unexpected kindness of a stranger, or the quiet whisper that you were not alone. That is the joy that blooms in unlikely places, nourished by the presence of a God who draws near to the broken-hearted. God is more than a distant observer. He is your unshakable rock. When the ground beneath you trembles, be it a job change, a faltering relationship, or the uncertainties that come with every new dawn, He stands firm, an anchor holding you fast. His voice may come not in thunderous commands, but as a still, small whisper that guides your next step. Have you ever felt that gentle nudge to pause, to breathe, to choose hope over fear? That is His voice, calling you back to the refuge of His love. And in those seasons of trial, when disappointment knocked at your door, when plans unraveled, when the weight of life felt too heavy, you have been learning lessons more valuable than gold. Each struggle has refined your faith, teaching you perseverance and compassion not only for yourself, but for others walking similar paths. When you reflect on those moments now, can you see how a season of waiting prepared you for a season of growth? How a night of tears helped you treasure dawn's first light? Tonight, let your heart offer thanks for the hidden curriculum of hardship. Thank God for the patience He cultivates within you, for the empathy born of empathy, for the strength that emerges when you realize you cannot navigate life's waves alone. In every trial lies an opportunity to draw closer, to lean less on your own understanding, and more on the one who charts the course. As we embrace this deep sense of God's presence, this peace that transcends our circumstance, and the lessons etched into our hearts by hardship, prepare to carry these truths into your tomorrow. In the next part, we will explore how living anchored in His faithfulness transforms our daily choices and empowers us to face each sunrise with renewed courage. Let us journey onward, guided by the light that never fades. As evening's hush settles over your home and the world outside grows still, rest in the assurance that God's presence surrounds you now. With each breath, imagine yourself laying down your worries, every racing thought, every unspoken fear, into hands more capable than your own. As you inhale, feel the peace that surpasses understanding filling your chest. As you exhale, release any tension you have carried all day. Let your final breaths be an act of worship, each one whispering, "Thank you," for the gift of this moment, for the calm that comes when we lean into Emmanuel, God with us. Now, bring to mind those you love, family, friends, neighbors, even those you have yet to meet. In this sacred pause, lift them up before the Lord. Pray for comfort for those whose hearts are heavy. Ask for healing where there is brokenness. Intercede for protection over every home and every heart. Picture God's angels standing guard around your loved ones, surrounding them with light and peace. Perhaps there's someone who needs a gentle word of encouragement tonight. Will you carry that intention in prayer, trusting that even the smallest whisper of faith can ripple into profound blessing? If you've felt alone or overwhelmed, know this: you are never out of reach. In the darkest valley, God's presence is closer than your next heartbeat. For those grieving loss or battling fear, may you sense Emmanuel drawing near, wrapping you in comfort that no sorrow can obscure. Take a moment now to breathe in that nearness. Feel it steadying your soul, reminding you that even when circumstances shift and seasons change, His love remains unwavering. As we close this time together, consider how you might carry gratitude into tomorrow and beyond. Will you choose to notice the simple wonders, a sunrise painting your window with gold, the warmth of a shared smile, the unexpected kindness of a stranger? Will you speak praise instead of complaint, sow seeds of joy instead of bitterness, choose peace over striving for control? These daily decisions become the threads that weave a life of worship, not confined to a single moment, but stretching across every hour. Before we part, I invite you to make this a nightly practice. Pause, breathe, offer your final breaths as worship, and then go deeper, lift others in prayer, affirm God's nearness, and commit to living with intentional gratitude. Let your heart carry this posture into every tomorrow, trusting that each act of thankfulness shapes you more into the reflection of His light. If you feel moved by this prayer, will you respond, Amen? In the comments, share this video with someone who needs to know they are not alone tonight. And remember, gratitude isn't just words. It's a posture of life that transforms our days, our relationships, and our hearts. Thank you for being here. If this message spoke to you, hit that subscribe button now and tap the bell so you never miss our next journey together. Stay with us, more reflections and prayers are on the way, designed to encourage your soul and guide your steps. You won't want to miss what's coming next.